staff, when you're the visiting team, and particularly the incredible environment that the fans here create, and you get into an overtime circumstance, you're challenging not only your physical toughness, conditioning, you're challenging your mental toughness. I thought our leaders on the field, our staff, everybody was incredible. We'll see a lot of things we want to do better in regulation. We'll see some things we want to do better in overtime. But we grew as a team, and that's in a lot of places. I want to compliment Virginia Tech and their players and their staff. But the second half, that thing could have gone differently. We break that long run, and you get a 21-10 lead, and they did what outstanding programs do. They responded. 21 play drive, is that what it was? Something 20, whatever it was. They played as good a football as I've seen anybody play in a while the second half. And so in the end, we made plays. We made plays on offense. I thought Max McCaffrey, and I'll look at this on tape, before I would make a final judgment. He may have had a great game, not a good one. But a lot of people contribute. Pass catching, Thomas. You just can't say enough for a hostile environment and doing what he did consistently, and he ran the football well. 109 yards worth, and then it's kind of fitting that he put the icing on the cake. He had an option to throw or run, which you get into 2-point plays, what you want your quarterback to have, and he executed it perfectly. Extremely well called overtime by Scotty Montgomery. I did a good job of staying out of people's way, which I normally do. So very proud of our team. With that, I'll take your questions.
I'm assuming the plan coming in was to run Thomas a lot. Kind of how did you get him prepped for that role?
Well, Thomas is tough and he's physical, and we know where we are in the stage of our season. We're playing to win games, and they're committing a lot of people. When you overcommit to the run because of the willingness to play man-to-man as much as they do, your quarterback's got to make plays with his arms, and you simply tell him you're going to have to make some plays with your legs. Let's also not forget how good a job our running backs, who weren't getting the ball a lot, did blocking for Thomas. I saw multiple outstanding blocks. And so we that's the only way you can get enough hats against them. Their willingness to play, zero coverage, which means just straight man-to-man. Their willingness to play man-free. Coach Foster does a great job of disguising and blending zones, and so you're trying to call plays that are going to be good zone or man, and some of those things our quarterback runs.
The first couple of drives, I would describe Thomas as being composed on his passing, especially from the pocket. How comfortable is he being the leader of this offense?
I think he's a great leader. Obviously, Matt Skur is our captain, one of our two captains, and does a great job himself. But our team has great respect for Thomas Sirk. He's verbal, and he's challenging. They know how hard he works now, how hard he has worked. He is totally committed to his teammates. He's a quarterback that it's never been about him, and I love that about him. He's really a servant leader, which is what you want leaders to be.
So during that 9-minute and 46-second drive with the head coach, you're just sitting there thinking, like, when is this ever going to end? When are we ever going to get?
Well, you're trying to find opportunities, to see where we can get stops. I'm talking to Jim. We had a lot of opportunities to get the stops, and part of that was we didn't get it done. Part of it was Virginia Tech got it done. They got some really good football players, and you're trying to roll the dice as to when you can take chances. We had a difficult time with their big, huge offensive line getting to the quarterback or keeping vision on him even, some in the blitz. I thought we did a good job of being relentless and just kept coming. But, you know, that's how they were able to convert. And so we're trying to cover with 8, rush 3, and we're trying to rush. And, you know, I thought Jim Knowles did about as good a job of dialing up diversity as you could. I thought about taking the timeout, but in that kind of game, you know, let your defense catch its breath. In that kind of game, you got to save your timeouts. And then you get into, thank goodness, that was such a long drive. I'm looking at the quarter change and thinking, okay, we'll get the ball. Hopefully we keep it a while, but minimally we're going to get a quarter change, which means TV's going to do its thing, which actually gets your defense some time to rest on the sideline. So I didn't feel as bad about our defense going into the fourth quarter after a drive like that.
The way your team won this game, how does that get you ready? 4 of your last 5 Coastal Division opponents going ahead, and then how much do you allow them to enjoy this win tonight?
Well, they're going to enjoy the bus ride home. I imagine they will sleep well. We'll be back to work tomorrow, and we obviously know we've got Miami, an extremely talented team that beat this team coming to town. We know who Miami is. They beat us last year down there. I expect their talent is something else. So it's just kind of a one game at a time atmosphere, and we have a routine we believe in. We'll do the right things tomorrow, like we always do. Our Sundays are our Sundays. And I hope that they take a great day Monday to get themselves ready academically. They don't do anything with football, which I think is healthy for them emotionally. So we won't, after tomorrow evening, we won't see them again until Tuesday morning, which is a good thing.
When Virginia Tech ties it late in regulation, you guys march down and Ross misses the field goal. It seemed like the momentum was against you. It was all rolling against you. Did you have to rally the guys on the sidelines? Did anybody have to say anything to keep it going? Or?
You know, I think our team, I think our older guys, Jeremy Cash and those, I mean, I heard the right things being said. Coaches were saying the right thing. I mean, here we go. This is what you come to compete at the highest level to do. If you're a competitor, I mean, you love that test. And I think they viewed it as a test. They knew that they were the visitor. They knew what was happening to them. We practice overtime in camp. You know, we make a big deal out of it. We have the coin toss, you know, and you do different ends of the field and all of those good things. And so, you know, hopefully there's an imagery that they're going to be successful, you know. And I don't think we ever felt like we were going to lose. I mean, I didn't sense that on the sideline. And, you know, with Ross, a great kicker. And, you know it's in his mind. A year ago, you're faced with the same thing. I told him just a few minutes ago, I saw him walking in here. I said, hey, Ross, let me tell you a good thing. You don't have to play Virginia Tech again. And I was just teasing. But he's a great kicker. He prepares well. Sometimes you miss. You know, sometimes you just miss. I've made a lot of bad calls and decisions, and I usually get reminded about them some way, somehow in football. Or if you throw it, somebody assumes you should have run it in a critical time or whatever. And you just can't do that to your players, you know. Everything was right. Good snap, good hold. He hit it good. It just went a little bit right.
How much